For this week's history video, I want to look at the recent history of special prosecutors and discuss how Democrats use special prosecutors to do their dirty work. It goes back a long way. In 1992, in the general election, Clinton was ahead of Bush the whole time. But in the last week, Bush pulled even and then ahead. And Larry Walsh, who was the special prosecutor in investigating the Iran-Contra scandal, had already indicted Secretary of Defense Cap Weinberger. But now, 4 days before the election, he announced there were brand new charges and brought a new indictment just to be in that news cycle. And Clinton vaulted ahead of Bush and won the election. And Bill Clinton told me personally that he would not have won had it not been for Larry Walsh indicting Cap Weinberger. By the way, P.S., 4 weeks later the indictment was thrown out because it was beyond the statute of limitations, and they ruled that Walsh didn't have jurisdiction to make that indictment. Another good example is that Gonzales, the Attorney General under Bush 43, was going after U.S. attorneys around the country who were not prosecuting election fraud charges. And many of them, as a policy, were not prosecuting them. And he fired them. And the Democrats raised hell. A special prosecutor got appointed. Gonzales was forced to resign. And 2 years later, they said, oh, no foul here. He didn't break any laws. And then there was Valerie Plame. The accusation was that Karl Rove had outed Valerie Plame and identified in public a CIA agent, which would put them at risk and was a violation of law. Well, they appointed a special prosecutor, and it turned out Rove hadn't done a damn thing, and that there had been an identification made, but it was already in the public domain when she was identified, and no crime had been committed. Eventually, he indicted Scooter Libby, Cheney's assistant, for perjury, something that wouldn't have happened if there were no investigation. And of course, the Republicans used a whitewater prosecutor to impeach President Clinton over a sex scandal that had nothing to do with whitewater at all. This whole business of using special prosecutors for coups d'etats is something that really has gone on. It's very dangerous, and we should call a halt to it. That's why the law for special prosecutors was repealed. If they appointed one now, they'd have to pass a new law. It's a lousy idea to have a guy in the public eye with a large staff, with subpoena power, with a big fat budget, with only one mandate: get the president. Just not how the system should work. Thanks for watching.